a single mother to my 8-year-old boy. When this incident occurred, he was 5, and I was 27. I have my own house passed down to me from my grandparents, situated on the quiet side of town with many older residents. Mark and I still live there. Today was Christmas time, and I was out with Mark doing our holiday shopping. We visited the mall, including clothing stores and a hardware shop where I bought a gift for my dad. After finishing our shopping, I treated Mark to McDonald's for burgers and ice cream. As we left through the south exit of the mall, we encountered a mall Santa standing outside. The Santa waved at us and engaged in the usual festive banter. He knelt down to Mark's level and asked what he wanted for Christmas. Mark mentioned wanting a Nintendo Switch, coincidentally the gift I planned to give him. The Santa, seemingly friendly, joked that Mark might get it if he was good. We engaged in a few minutes of light conversation. However, things took an uncomfortable turn when the Santa started complimenting me, saying, "Your mother's a looker, Mark." Despite the discomfort, we left, and as we drove away, I noticed he was no longer at the mall entrance. Later at home, after bringing in the shopping, Mark and I settled down to watch a Christmas movie. Our peaceful time together was interrupted by the doorbell ringing unexpectedly. I went to answer, and a man claiming to be Santa said he found something I dropped. Alarmed, I called the mall management only to discover they didn't officially hire any mall Santas. Feeling unsafe, I called the police. They took a report, and though their presence reassured me temporarily, the ordeal wasn't over. A few nights later, the doorbell rang again. This time, I found a note on my front door, typed and printed. It revealed the man's intentions, expressing a desire to be part of my family. Disturbed, I reported the note to the police, providing them with the man's phone number. The police assured me they would take action, and a detective later confirmed that the man would no longer be contacting me. Thankfully, I never heard from that individual again. The police intervention seemed to have deterred him, but the experience left me with a lingering sense of unease. The holidays, meant for joy and celebration, had been tainted by an unsettling encounter with a stranger dressed as Santa. In my early childhood, growing up in an average middle-class suburban home, Christmas was a much-anticipated joy for my sister and me. This particular memory from when I was around 6 years old remains vivid in my mind, etched with the gravity of its impact. Christmas Eve was always a restless night for me, filled with the excitement of the impending festivities. On this specific night, I stayed up late playing a Star Wars game for the PS1 on my old box TV. Needing a bathroom break, I sneaked out quietly to avoid my mom's disapproval. As I ascended the stairs after using the bathroom, the sound of rustling around the Christmas tree caught my attention. My first thought was Santa, so I tiptoed down the stairs, the rustling growing louder. Peeking around the bottom wall of the stairway, I saw only the legs of someone behind the tree, holding a flashlight. A black bag sat on the floor, and as the person emerged, he looked at me and gestured for silence, claiming to be Santa. I wasn't fooled. I knew Santa didn't look like that. Panic set in, and I screamed for my parents. The intruder, caught off guard, debated whether to take the bag of gifts he had gathered and eventually fled through the front door. Seconds later, my parents rushed down the stairs, finding the bag filled with our almost stolen gifts. My dad, wearing slippers, raced outside, ready to confront the intruder. It was then we discovered that the back door had been forced open with a crowbar, leaving chipped wood in its wake. Our house wasn't the only one affected. A nearby home a few blocks away suffered a similar break-in, as reported on the news. To our horror, the thief had also stolen sentimental Christmas ornaments, half of which were stripped from our tree. Reflecting on this unsettling incident, I can't recall much from when I was 6, but this memory remains etched in my mind, as if it happened just a few years ago.